I don't know. There's any number of gods who have sympathy or mercy on humanity, but for God to live a human life in the person of Jesus is to put him in a position where he can experience empathy and grace with us. You know, for Jesus to be God in a human life is for God to understand what our lives are like intimately.
I think the idea that Jesus is in the image of God really grounds God's character in something that I can relate to, something I can understand. It means that the compassion of Jesus shows the compassionate nature of God. It means that the love of Jesus shows the love of God, that Jesus' desire for justice shows God's desire for justice in ways that I feel called to emulate.
It impacts everything because Jesus talks about us being his light in the world, so it's about trying to reflect his characteristics in our life.
A lot of the ways we perceive God as a patriarchal, oppressive figure, as a kind of combat boot in the sky, as a bully in the sky, this kind of invisible giant who's gonna, you know, come and trash the world. You know, all these kind of unfortunate caricatures we have of God evaporate when we see Jesus as being representative of his characters.
That God continually creates God's own image in earth in a whole variety of ways, but that Jesus does that definitively for Christians. That in the person of Jesus, God is seen as more than the combination, more than everything else put together that we've tried to grasp of God in different places. So that you can, in one human being, point out everything we've hoped for and tried to understand about God in the past.
For me, Jesus being the image of God is that he shows us how to live the life that God would have us live. He shows us God's compassion, he shows us God's love, his justice, his mercy. He teaches us how to react in different situations when we look at the stories of his life.
The Bible's very clear that we can't capture God in idols, in kind of static things, but we can capture God in life, and that's what Jesus demonstrates to me, that God's presence is fully kind of understandable only in life and in our interactions with others. And so Jesus' life shows me the kind of life that I want to live in terms of Jesus' healing ministry, in terms of Jesus' reconciling relationships, in terms of the love and compassion that Jesus shows to others. That shows me the kind of life that I want to be able to live as well.